Hey guys, it's Retail Therapy, episode number 3. I'm Nowell Monteo, and I have with me
Matt Vicarious. I'm here.
And we are here to talk about more bullshit that we deal with and things that we like about where we work, and just
whatever happens. I don't know if we talked about the name of the cast, but we basically there's a thing called bartender therapy where people explain their problems and their deepest, darkest thoughts to bartenders, because they're just anonymous people who will talk to you. And we get that at our store, but we kind of wanted to turn it around so the retailers are the people getting to get the therapy.
Yeah.
Instead of the customers. So, let's see. So I think you had some stuff that you wanted to jump into.
Well, let's just start with something that drives me crazy.
Okay.
So, PC Master Race gamers.
Oh boy, we discussed them on episode 1 a little bit.
God, some of them are just the worst. Because they'll come in and they think they know everything about everything, and as soon as you try and sell them on anything or talk to them about any games, they immediately know more than you. And especially if you're talking about consoles, like, oh, why would I play it on console? Because I just play it on my PC instead. Because it's better. I can run it 4K, 60 frames or whatever. Mm-hmm. And just their mentality is usually so negative towards anything. And
yeah, it's unfortunate because we only know about the quote unquote PC Master Race people because they're very loud, they're very obnoxious. But there are plenty of people out there who prefer PC gaming and are quiet about it. Yeah, and they don't need to give you their opinion.
Yeah, I have an employee that prefers to play on PC,
right? But
he's not a shithead about it.
Yeah, and
that makes me so happy.
Yeah, that's kind of the crux of it. I mean, anybody who talks about something ad nauseum, you're just like, no thanks, I'm not into it. Yeah. Because if you talk to me for 1,000 hours about Transformers or Ninja Turtles, at a certain point I'm like, can we talk about something else? Because I would really prefer that.
Not me. I could talk about Transformers and Power Rangers forever.
Okay, well,
that's just me.
Yeah, that is you. Let's see. So, kind of going into it, I had a really funny. I've got 2 stories. One's an old story from years ago when I was first starting at my job, and one's from pretty recently. I'll start with the recent one. So this lady came in to the store, and she was looking for some games. She was looking for a quote hard shooting game.
Hard shooting game.
Yeah. So what would that be to you?
To me, I would immediately think of Battlefield or Call of Duty.
Okay. Why would you consider those hard?
Because she doesn't actually know what she's talking about. Okay. So I just figure shooting game.
So you just go to the
default.
The default. Okay, perfect. Well, I was trying to figure what that meant too. For her, it meant her husband or whatever was looking for a game that was more difficult.
Okay.
And I was like, well, amp up the difficulty and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Well, apparently he'd beat all the games that he'd gotten, and she was looking for something that would tie him over longer. So, best bang for the buck. She's trying to go for it. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, let's look at it and see what we got. And she revealed to me that the reason that she needed this hard shooting game, as she put it, is because he had been shot and was laid up because he was like hospitalized.
My God.
Yeah, so I'm thinking in my head, okay, how did he get shot? Did he shoot himself?
Yeah.
If so, then that's probably the hardest shooting game of all time. Just shooting a real gun.
Yeah.
And he just couldn't figure it out. Or did he get shot by somebody else, and how is this not triggering some sort of PTSD or something?
Yeah. Most of the time you'd think that if somebody's been shot or has been through some sort of scenario like that, they wouldn't want to be around that anymore.
Yeah, that's like if you've ever been in a car wreck, you don't want to watch like a compilation of instant car wreck videos from famous movies.
Those are my favorite.
You know the ones I'm talking about where everything's fine and they're driving along and then they just immediately get smashed by a car without any sort of notice.
Yeah, just get T-boned.
Dude, I hate it.
It's awful.
Because I've been in a couple wrecks, and I'm just like, that's my brain immediately goes there, and I'm just like, I can't handle it.
Yikes.
But yeah, so that happened the other day, and I wanted to ask her, if it was a self-inflicted shot
Mm-hmm.
or if somebody. But I didn't want to pry. I was hoping she would open up to me so I'd have more to talk about. But it's so funny that's like that was her go-to what she was talking about. The other story, I just remembered it today. I wrote it down because it cracked me up so much. So when I was, this would have been about when I was, I would say 20, 21-ish.
Okay.
I was working a late shift, and earlier in the day, my coworker had helped this guy out. Apparently he was so drunk. He came into the store, and he was just, Jesus. And just like incoherent, and he was looking for something. And this old coworker of mine, he is one of the nicest guys I ever met. His name's Tristan, and he's super nice, super just like helpful.
Yeah.
And he was trying to help the guy out. He's his first thought isn't, let's call the cops, get this dude out, and send him to, wherever. He tried to help him out, and apparently he made a sale. He found something he apparently wanted, sold him the game.
That's crazy.
And completed the transaction. Well, the nice little button on the story is the guy was so thankful he wanted to give him something for his trouble, as a thank you. Well, he pulled out an airplane bottle of Jägermeister.
Cool.
Set it on the table and he goes, "Hey man, that's for you."
What?
And this guy, Tristan, he doesn't drink, or at least he didn't at the time. And he's like, "Oh man, thanks. I can't accept tips in any sort, and I can't accept, I can't have alcohol, in the store. And I'm at work."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, it's cool, man. I won't say anything." And like
that made a difference.
Yeah, totally. Oh, so it's fine now. It's
okay.
The rules have changed. Great.
That's right.
That's what I'm after. But yeah, so I get there and he tells me the story and I'm just dumbfounded. It's like, how does that where your brain goes? I mean, I guess this dude was kind of like out of his mind, but like that's super strange, right?
Yeah, that's really weird.
Okay, all right, not just me, just me.
Oh man, totally. Thanks for this. Here's some booze.
Right, of course. And Jägermeister.
Like, yo, you want to drink with me sometime, brother?
Yeah, this tiny airplane shot, however much that is, because I have no idea.
Yikes.
Yeah, so those are my two my anecdotes of working.
Oh my god. I've got some funny stuff just really quick, just regarding like the way people pronounce games.
Okay.
That crack me up. We had this one guy at my old store when I worked in San Diego, and he was asking for this game, and the way he pronounced it was really odd to my coworker. And I was just like, I don't know what he's asking for. Like, what does he want? He's like, so he'd just be like, I'd like the Asahasa Hasan Khed. Excuse me? Like, Asahasa Hasan Khed. And I still had no idea what he was talking about. So I walked out on the sales floor. I'm like, could you point to the game you're talking about, maybe?
Sure.
You could spot it?
Yeah.
Once he pointed to it, I had to resist laughing. He was pointing at Assassin's Creed. And he was just really struggling with how to pronounce it.
Man, that's a funny way to do it. I always say ass.
Yeah.
Just...
But Asahasa instead. That was a good one. Another occasion, we had this guy. He came in.
Wait, another occasion or another
person?
I thought
it's the same guy. He just doesn't know how to say games.
No, I thought you said another Cajun, and I'm like, this guy was from Louisiana.
He was a Cajun.
Okay, got it.
No.
Okay, sweet.
So a different occasion was this guy. He was asking for Black Ops 3.
Okay.
Or Black Ops 2 at the time, I think it was.
Sure.
But he called it Black Oops, and we had no idea. What?
So
Black Oops. You had that Black Oops game. Which one? Black Oops. How does this game play? You shoot guns. Black Oops. Like, oh, Black Ops. Got it. All right, that makes sense. I guess.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Oh man, you had some.
Oh man, back when. Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. Back when Deus Ex. Was that Mankind Divided or Human Revolution?
No, it was Human Revolution.
Human Revolution, Mankind Divided is the new one. people kept coming into the store and they were asking for Deuce X.
Yeah.
Deus
Ex is Latin.
Yeah, it's how it's pronounced and that's how it's presented to us. But people read it phonetically and they think it's Deuce.
Yeah.
Fine, whatever. But it started driving me nuts because I'm hearing it over and over and over and over. You got Deuce X, you got Deuce X, you got Deuce X. So I, on the phone, you remember.
Yeah.
Anytime I'd answer the phone, because this is when it first came out, I'd be like, you could pick up your copy of Dude Sex.
Yeah.
Dude Sex. Said it so fast, you couldn't tell the difference.
It's great.
And, or if they would ask me for Dude Sex, I'd be like, oh, Dude Sex. Oh, yeah, we got that.
Yeah.
And not one person called me on it, no one, but...
So great.
But me and my coworkers, every time, would just start giggling inside.
That's fantastic.
But yeah, it was great, and my roommate at the time thought it was the funniest thing he'd ever heard. And to this day, when the new one came out, he texted me. He was like, "Oh, dude, man, the Dude Sex is coming out." He doesn't play games, so
That's
he was
awesome.
Yeah, and it was just great.
I remember correcting somebody on how to pronounce that game because they said Deuce, and I told them it was Deus. And like, no, it's spelled like Deuce.
But it's not.
But it's not, because Deuce is Deuce.
Yeah.
And it was just hilarious when they realized that they were wrong and dumb.
Oh boy, that's lovely. People are fun like that. So I'm gonna check my notes here real quick. Let's see.
I thought there was one other one. Murdered.
My god. I don't think I ever heard this one directly, but one of my old coworkers was working, and somebody pronounced murdered soul suspect, murder Ed, soul spect.
Great, it's a good one.
Totally threw out a bunch of letters from the whole word, and it just cracked me up because those aren't real words. Kind of, it just is out of control. What do you got there, buddy? I
actually just remembered two more. One from when I was in middle school.
Oh, the one that you called it.
One of the guys that I went to school with used to play Siphon Filter on like PS1 and PS2.
Oh, that's right. It was a friend of yours, not you.
It was not me.
I forgot it wasn't you that called it.
But he used to call it Snifin' Fighter. It just always make me laugh.
Snifin' Fighter.
And then I had another one. This one was great. This was at work and a couple years back, and this guy came in with one of his friends.
Right.
And he pronounced it. It was Split Center, and I was
Split Center.
It's like Split Center. What game is that? The stealth game, Split Center. so Matt, please tell our audience which game I could possibly be talking about by calling.
I mean, it could be Split Second. It could be. I'm gonna guess Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell, okay. Yes. So I asked him a few times, like, what's Split Center? It's like spy game, Split Center. And then I started laughing. I actually started laughing. I grabbed the case out of the drawer without even saying a word. I was like, this one? And it was Splinter Cell, and his friend started just dying because he's like, bro, the Split Center? It's not even close. His friend was just shitting on him so bad.
Oh my god, that's so good. Well, now that we're down this rabbit hole, the other one I remember is, well, it's not so much remembering, but it's just something that people constantly mispronounce. It's Forza.
Yeah.
Even though
I mispronounced that one on purpose to a degree.
No. That's fine. You can call it Forza. You don't need to do the Italian pronunciation. It's fine. Sure. Forza. I'm fine with either one. But when people call it Forenza,
oh, that's pretty bad.
Or Forza, they just add e's and n's
Forza.
that don't exist.
Forza.
Ah, yes.
Frozen Motorsport.
Bippity boppity. That's what it's Mario's Pizza Jamboree, or I don't know. What are we talking about now?
Forza.
Yeah, Mike Piazza.
God. Jason decided to bust into our podcast.
Yes, so anyway, we're talking about the mispronunciation of Forenza and Split Center, because that's real.
What's Forenza?
Forza.
Oh.
Or Forza.
Or Forza. Yeah.
However you want to talk about it.
I mean, I know amongst us.
But anyway, Jason's here. Jason Dykstra. He's a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Noel's cousin.
Yep.
So.
Ex-cousin.
Ex-cousin. Whoa! Disowned.
Oh, shit. But he's also the best man at my wedding next year.
I mean, best is a strong word, but who's counting?
Who's counting?
All right, so goddamn, let's just throw off the whole rhythm here. So Jason just brought us some gifts, some pretty cool stuff. Keychains with the Amiibo NFCs in them. I got my little Toon Link guy here. I'm holding it up, but nobody can see it. So that's stupid.
Excellent radio.
Yep, that's excellent radio. And then Noel, you got.
I got the Metroid logo on the back or on one side of it, and then the front side or back side, whatever you want to call it, has a Smash Bros. Logo.
Yeah, and then Sheamus is inside there, right?
That's right.
He's the
big. He's the boundary.
He's the big Irish wrestler, Sheamus.
The titular character.
The titular
character of Sheamus. Of Metroid.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even see those.
The Metroids.
Neat. I like that one a lot.
All right. So earlier today, I know we're kind of jumping around a little bit, but Noel and I went to breakfast with our significant others. And this local spot called Pancake House. Yep. And I don't know if it's because I'd never really sat in this area before, or if just being more observant, so I have more material for the show. But we noticed some crazy wall art. So if you want to kind of go into some of the fun stuff.
Yeah. So we were trying to think of like how to describe it. The best description I could think of is take your aunt that you don't usually talk to on Facebook and just all the memes and shitty pictures that she puts up on her Facebook.
So basically a plethora of Looney Tunes and Despicable Me Bonanza.
Yeah, there's a Yosemite Sam little thing, and it was something in regards to the complaint department or something like that.
I think it was something about whiners.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Get out.
Like, whiners, get out.
Then I realized that Yosemite Sam's whole face is just hair.
It's just a fucking beard.
Except for his nose.
Yeah, that's right.
His nose pops out, but everything else is hair.
But he's got like that black part behind his hair.
I think that's just hair.
It's like a bandana?
No, I think it's just hair.
Okay.
He's
just the shadow of his hat.
Maybe.
I guess.
I don't know.
But then why doesn't the shadow go on his fur on his face?
Because it sticks out further.
He sticks out because it sticks out so far from his hat.
It's like a cave.
He's got a cave beard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I mean, I guess. But anyway, so what are some of the fun
There was another one, like you don't have to be crazy to be my friend, but it helps or something like that. It's just a fucking picture of a dog.
Yeah, it's good. Oh, it was a crazy dog.
Oh yeah, it was a crazy eyes dog.
The other was the complaint department button with the mouse trap.
Yeah, the button is on a mouse trap.
Which, thank you for explaining that to me. I didn't.
I had to tell you. It's like you press the button, and it's funny because you complain and the thing snaps your finger.
Yeah,
it's a mouse trap.
Yeah, it's so good. It's great stuff. But yeah, it seemed very haphazard and just weird stuff put up there.
And then there's that awesome character that had the rat tail.
Ooh, that was an old mullet.
Well, it's funny because you said check out the rat tail behind you. I turned around and for about a few seconds, I almost had to ask you which one.
Luckily, there was only one, and it was pretty prominent.
It was pretty prominent, but one of the people there also had a pretty substantial mullet. But I just.
Well, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about the mullet.
No. So mullet, rat tail, but there's the one with the gray mullet, and then there's the one behind the counter that was working at this establishment that also had a mullet.
Oh, I didn't notice both mullets.
And they're basically talking to each other. That's why
it was like business in the front and then party in the back. So it was like an Andrew WK song.
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
God damn it.
But how do you party though? Does it stand back to back?
I guess.
Doing a jig.
Just nodding head.
Yeah, that's good. That makes sense.
God damn it.
So speaking of this weirdo place that we live in, called Cowlitz County, driving through, I guess it's not technically Cowlitz County, but the Cartoon Casino. I was driving home from work the other day, and I noticed some other funny stuff.
Oh, yes.
So
We mentioned. Is it? You're talking about Alani?
The Alani Casino that's in La Center or the Cowlitz Indian Reservation or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
But I was driving by and there's a band apparently playing free show because they're not going to charge you, of course. And the name of the band was Full Zoo.
Full Zoo.
Full Zoo. I mean, I guess it's better than in, like, half-empty zoo. What a bummer that would be. But I did so little research into what this band was that it didn't do any.
Perfect.
I left a note on my phone because I was in the middle of driving, and I'm reading it now, and I just imagine just polar bears and tigers. It's like Country Bear Jamboree.
Oh my god!
But set in Africa and Antarctica.
That fucking terrifying.
Oh my god!
Animatronic thing that Mike showed us.
Basically the low rent Chuck E. Cheese.
Ugh.
Probably what Five Nights at Freddy's is.
Ew.
Yeah,
FNAF.
God, I felt yucky saying it.
I fucking hate Five Nights at Freddy's because I'd say about 70% of the people that like it don't even play it.
Well, they're also
children.
Yeah, they're little babies. And they're also the oldest men.
God.
Well, I guess no.
Oh, so the same people that appreciate
My Little Pony?
Yeah, exactly. Fucking bronies.
Yeah, that'd be them. So the other day at work, I had this woman who I was helping. I say helping loosely because she didn't seem to want my help. And I was asking her what she was looking for, and her kids were looking around. She's like, "Oh, they're fine. And she was watching a YouTube video, but it was like I think it seemed like it was an informative video or like a self-help video.
Oh, weird.
Full volume.
Oh, nice.
In the store, on her phone, no headphones. Of course, no headphones.
Fucking rude.
Yeah, it's great. She didn't turn off the phone through the whole transaction. I'm helping her, telling her how much this is going to cost and what they're getting.
Oh, let me pause you right.
Okay.
Pause right
Stop.
there.
Got it.
If you are one of these people that listens to something at full volume in a store, you're a fucking asshole.
Oh, anywhere. Pretty much. Like, if you're not in your car and you're listening to it aloud, it's kind of like, hey.
I think if you're anywhere that people also are.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're by yourself, walking outside, maybe. I mean.
I don't know. People can hear it. I'm a big fan of headphones.
Sure. Yeah, me too.
It's also a real good blocker of people so they don't try to talk to you.
Yeah.
If you're out and about. I like it. Grocery shopping. It's like my favorite thing.
It's pretty great.
Because then I don't get... It's like, I'm grocery shopping. Obviously, I got a list. I know what I'm looking for. I don't need help.
Yeah. But anyways.
Because I'm not a baby. But anyway, so going back to this. But the whole time, the lady was literally on... Like, she had her... She wasn't even watching it, though. So she was like... It was like off to the side.
Just shouting at you.
Face up, just accosting me in front of my face. And I was just dumbfounded that she was just continuing. I mean, her kids were awful, so I guess it made sense. But she just continued the video and the audio throughout the whole transaction. So it's just like, whatever. I just get out of here, please. You're so loud and obnoxious.
That's terrible.
Yes.
I had something similar happen, but it was way more embarrassing for this person.
Oh no.
He was on his phone the whole time. He wasn't on speaker.
Okay.
But he was on his phone the entire time he was in the store.
No, when you say on his phone, you mean talking to somebody else.
Talking to someone else. He was having a phone conversation.
Sure.
Who does
And
that?
so many people at our stores.
Oh, they don't.
Asking phone in general.
Oh yeah, talking on the phone's weird. You got to be like over 35, I think I think that's the number.
Yeah.
But yeah, they don't stop talking. Like they'll continue their conversation, or they'll answer the phone while you're mid conversation with them.
And that is where I lead to here.
Okay.
So this man was already on his phone, just being a shithead.
Bingo.
And he comes up to the counter, and I thought he was going to do a transaction. Even better, he asked if we were hiring.
Oh.
I was like, really?
Oh no.
Really, dude? He's like, yo, when are you guys hiring? Like,
for you? Never.
yeah. He's like, we hire in the fall. And he's like, oh, okay, can I get an application? No, it's online.
And you can go fall down the escalator.
He's like, what's the address? You can figure it out.
It's the mall.
Yeah.
That's the address.
Yeah, God.
Oh, he meant the web address.
Yeah, he meant the website to get.
I thought he was gonna try and mail something.
He wanted the website to how to get to our online application.
Yeah.
I was like, nope, I'm not gonna do that for you.
He
was on his phone the whole time.
That's like the barrier of entry. Like if you can figure out how to get to the website.
Oh yeah, I don't tell people the address because I don't want to hire you if you can't figure it out.
It's true. It's a good point. Let's see here. So we went over the lady with the shooting game. Let's see here.
Oh, something that my employees and I have talked about at length. You guys are familiar with the movie series The Purge?
Right? Yes.
How you have the crime is allowed for one day. Or
I think I watched the first one. 1 day a year.
They're not bad. They're actually all right.
I haven't seen them.
They're pretty good.
Okay, but that's coming from you, who has the most positive opinion about every movie.
That's true. So my friends, or my employees and I, my friends also, talked about how it'd be nice if you could have a sort of retail purge, where if 1 day a year, all the things that you've ever thought about, like as far as reactions to like shitty customers, are allowed. Just change amount. Does that mean I can set to 0? No, motherfucker. No, that's not what that means. And just, oh my god, just all the different things that you wish you could say. You could finally do it.
Oh, it doesn't scan doesn't mean it's free.
Yeah. My god.
Or you check someone's bill to see if it's fake. Oh, you printed it this morning.
Printed it this morning. Like, oh, well, I guess I don't have to fucking give you this thing then, because you said it was fake. I am legally allowed to not take it.
Oh my god. Oh, that'd be pretty amazing. But I feel like a lot of people wouldn't go shopping that day because they would know. Like,
they would.
Man, my zingers are gonna fly.
It'd be all the bad people.
Yeah.
They'd all just go out once.
No, I'm not saying.
Because they don't want to
although the concept is related to the movies, I'm not advocating going out and just murdering your customers.
I didn't even think of that, honestly. I just
wanted to clarify.
When you say retail purge, I'm thinking, you just are unfiltered.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay.
Like, oh my god, fuck you. Or the when we talked about on the first episode, some of our regulars that just don't go away. I just want to be like, dude, stop talking to me.
Yeah, walk them out, just on the shoulder, and just be like, hey, just move out, please.
It's like, oh, dude, I gotta show you this cool thing outside real quick, and then close the door. Just see ya. Fucking bye.
Yeah, you're done.
Or some of the best is like all the experiences we have with people after closing.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, oh, you guys open?
No, obviously not.
Yeah, fucking the lights aren't on. We're not open.
Our power went out.
Yeah, we just in this spot we forgot to pay the electric bill. Sorry,
God,
it's just how it is. But yeah, no, I've had that happen where I've literally closed up, thrown down the metal grates, forgot to lock the front door.
Ugh.
While I was in the middle of closing
hey guys,
out.
Your gates are down.
No. I had somebody open the door to the outside, lift the gate up, and walk right in like it was no big deal.
That's not okay.
Hey, you gotta go. Oh, the door's unlocked. Yeah, but there's a physical object in front of you.
There is a literal barrier of entry.
Get out. And I was half afraid that we were getting robbed because I was like, oh shit, we're gonna get shot by somebody.
I know you gotta lock that shit.
Well, yeah, now.
Yeah.
I make double check if I'm not the one that does that. I make sure whoever closed the door closed it and locked it because I don't do that anymore.
God.
But yeah, for that reason too, I had to stop. I had to tell my guys, when you're closing, you need to pull that gate all the way down. Because I do not want people looking in, knocking on the door. Hey, can I come in real quick? Can I come in?
It's real quick.
It's not going to be real quick. I got to go home. It's late. I want to go home. I want to go to bed. Or I want to play some games. I don't care.
Come in with some stuff to sell.
Not even.
At 8:50.
No.
8:55. Like, oh man, I made it just in time. No, the fuck you didn't.
Or they walk in, 5 till. Hey, what can I find? I'm just browsing. Okay, well, we're closing up in 5 minutes. Okay. And then continue to browse, and then it hits closing, and still, hey, did you find anything? Oh, I'm good. Oh, okay, I'm not. I'm not good. I'd like to go home, please.
Yes.
And just oh my God, I can't handle it.
Just get out. I just want to start, get out of my house. Get out of my house. And start getting really creepy. Get out.
You start sounding like a phantom.
Yeah.
I sound like the Phantom Menace.
Oh my God. Retail Purge would be so great.
I mean, it would.
You know what day they should do it?
What?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So that way you can just say everything you want to say before the worst day of the year.
Just give everybody the deals and then just like kick them in the nutsack.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's like, fuck you, I have to be here. Oh my God. Okay, so just like the Retail Purge thing, when we had our recent like storm or whatever, winter storm.
The winter storm, yeah.
And
oh, right.
I was the only person that can get to my store.
Right.
Because everybody was snowed in.
Yeah.
I have the benefit, I guess you could say, of living walking distance to my store.
Right.
So I had to walk. So
Sure.
I had to be there.
Uh-huh.
And while I was there, I saw infinitely too many people.
Oh, yeah.
Not that there was a lot, but any one person that was in my fucking store while everybody's snowed in is too many.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And they just be like, "Oh man, I'm surprised you guys are open. How come you guys are open?" And I just want to be like,
You're here.
"You motherfucker! You're why I'm still here.
You are in here, gumming up the works."
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that happened to me. I mean, I wasn't the only one that could make it to the store, but the only one really willing to. And luckily I stayed at your house that night because it was a blizzard, and I would have had to drive probably 15 miles per hour home, 35 miles north, and do it again that next morning. And it was, I think I saw probably 6 people that day. I mean, it was far too many.
Yeah.
Because pretty much every establishment in our shopping center was closed, besides us and the pizza joint.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are we here? And after it was like 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, my boss was like, "Yeah, you can go home."
Yep.
Oh, now I can go home.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Well, that's like I called our DL, and I was just like, "Do I still have to be here?" I opened, and there's nobody here. Like, oh, you could probably just close at the end of what your normal shift would be. It's like, okay, bye.
Without taking a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's fun. Yeah, I locked the doors, put a note up, and I just went and got myself something to eat next door.
Yeah.
And then came back in and just ate it on the floor because no one's coming in.
Yeah.
There's so few people, but yeah, that was fun. That was a good time. Let's see here. Going for 33 minutes so far?
Yeah.
Do you have any big topics you wanted to discuss?
I mean, we could talk about awful bosses.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've only had a few. I've only had a few bosses, but I have had a few. But you've had some pretty bad ones.
I had one last year. That was pretty terrible. It was actually when I first got at my store.
Right.
And the guy in charge, let's just call him Jay.
Sure.
He was a fuckface.
Oh, yeah.
And he just did not work for his team whatsoever. He would steal time from the company by, like, clocking in, but not actually being there.
Right.
And
I love that you did air quotes while we're doing a podcast.
It's more for you guys.
You're just a little drama boy.
Yeah. God, I just.
Anyway.
Yeah, he didn't help anybody that worked for him.
Yeah.
So it was just terrible being one of his employees, and I had kind of heard some things about him before I came in, so I was keeping an eye out, seeing what he was up to, and
right.
Yeah, it was not a good time.
Well, it's funny because it's been over a year now, and
I'm still like festering over this terrible man.
You're still haunted.
God, he was so bad.
Oh man, yeah. For me, I mean, I had a few bosses that were kind of just not so much that they were bad people, but just very, very unhelpful and very just not fun to be around. One in particular, he would spill his problems to everyone he worked with. Talk about his marital strife or just whatever was going on. We were his retail therapy.
Oh, okay.
Like he used us as his go-to people to complain about or to vent to, and I'm like, dude, you're making way more money than I am right now, and why are you talking about your problems? I'm living in a closet.
Yeah. Oh man, must be nice.
It must be nice having a house and a wife and kids.
Like, man, it sucks having a car payment.
Yeah, that you can make.
Yeah.
Not worrying about it. But yeah, I luckily I haven't had too many lazy bosses or people that were outright thieves. But yeah, it does suck. So if you're out there listening, I mean, it's 2 of you, 3 of you, however many people are actually listening to this thing. But if you are someone's boss, please don't be a dick.
It's helpful if you work for your employees.
Yeah. So then they in turn work for you. Exactly. Because it's very, very difficult to ask something of somebody that you can't do for them. I know it's a kind of a cliche, but it's real. If you don't walk the walk, then you're definitely not gonna get the best out of your people. So I mean, like, ever since Jay left, our team's morale has drastically improved. Right. And you could ask any one of my employees, and they'll tell you they legitimately like coming to work. Right, and they're going to be more willing to come in, and if they need it, for an emergency situation, or payroll increases or whatever. You can bring them in, and they're willing to. Because
we got extra hours. You want to come work?
Yeah, they know it's not going to be a shitstorm. They're not going to be walking into Hell's Gate.
I don't dread coming into work anymore.
Right. When we worked together, that's what it was like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, oh, cool. This is good. This is a change of pace. Yeah. This is fun. Let's do this. Let's do some business. But yeah, the horrible bosses, don't be one. And if you don't think you are one, you probably aren't. But if you are questioning whether or not you are, you probably are one. Yeah. I don't know how any other way to say it, but you probably are.
I don't know. I think if you're...
I'm going to turn the microphone to you so you can talk.
If you have to question it, you might not be. If you're worried about it, concerned about being a horrible boss. Yeah. At least you're thinking about it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're saying...
The horrible bosses are going to not even... it's not even a concern.
Well, they probably know that... Well, they might think that they're good just because they're not mean, I guess. I don't know. I guess I have questioned whether or not I've been a horrible boss.
Because it takes some foresight to
being a boss is kind of a...
To analyze yourself. And it, like what you're saying.
I guess self-reflecting is kind of a sign of being a good boss. So if you're like, oh, I don't know, am I good, am I bad? Yeah, that makes sense. So thanks, Jason, for, of course, pulling a Jason. Actually, you know what? Speaking of Jason, we got him here, and we had a conversation about him on the last episode about eating the cream of mushroom soup that I thought it was cream of mushroom, and I was totally wrong, and I apologized.
So incredibly wrong.
Yes, so apparently it was cream of chicken soup, and apparently you eat it when you want salty pudding.
Salt pudding?
I mean, that's what you...
Yeah, please tell us why you chose to
eat. In the mood for salt.
Okay.
But it's like chicken pudding. It's very, very pudding consistent.
Yeah.
But this sounds sick.
But if you were to offer chicken pudding to somebody, I'd say 9 times out of 10, they'd say, fuck you.
It's because the words together are gross. It sounds bad.
I mean, it looks gross.
Did you trick yourself to eating it?
No, I like cream chicken.
Okay. So you just didn't want to make the soup?
Yeah, mostly.
It was mostly a lazy thing.
You put it on rice.
Yeah?
Yeah, but you ate it like a snack pack.
That's pretty
you walk down
fucking
the hallway
accurate.
literally with a spoon and a goddamn can of condensed soup, just munching on it. What you doing? Watching you eat that sick soup. Apparently. God damn.
I mean, I suppose it's probably not too far off from when I would eat Spam out of a can.
Spam is real salty.
Oh, yeah.
It gets real bad real quick. I can get through maybe a quarter of a can.
Yeah.
Raw?
Sick.
Yeah.
It's not raw.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously it's cooked, but
It's raw.
it's cold and unheated.
Raw processed ham.
Raw spam.
That sounds gross.
Ugh.
Spram.
Yuck. Yeah, I mean, I'd eat that out of the can just with a fork. I mean, fuck it. I don't do that. Okay, let me clarify.
Ever since you became an adult.
Yeah. Ever since I started having to pay rent, I don't eat it right out of the can.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, when you first get your own place, you do, 90% of your grocery shopping in the freezer aisle because it's easy. I mean, that's Jason and I, when we first started living together, was literally, all right, let's get to the freezer section, get some burritos, get some pizza rolls, get some pizza rolls.
Yeah, and then you always have to get a pack of the Uncle Dan's ranch.
And then you had to get a tub of sour cream and mayonnaise to make the ranch.
Yep.
And yeah, and it's the best thing in the world because it's the tastiest ranch.
It's the best ranch.
It is. It literally is.
Uncle Dan's
classic.
Classic. Home-style ranch or something like that.
I think it's dressing.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those. Carissa got me like buttermilk ranch. It was sick. It was
Uncle Dan's buttermilk.
Yeah, because it called for buttermilk.
There are instructions on the back, and you can make it with buttermilk.
It didn't give
like a buttermilk ranch dressing.
Yeah, but it didn't give me the instructions for ranch dip.
Oh, you just substitute whatever it says with sour cream.
But the seasoning tasted weird.
Oh.
It wasn't the
that
same.
That sounds awful.
Yeah,
it's original.
I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
I was like,
original or bust.
I was like, well, this cost us $1.90. Throw it right in the garbage. I'm not gonna waste the mayonnaise and the sour cream for this business.
Fucking gross.
But I mean, yeah. Speaking of being adults, it's very strange going from a kid fresh out of college or high school, and then looking back now, it's like, whoa, we did some wacky shit. Living in apartments that probably should have been condemned.
Or my old house.
Yes.
Did you guys both go there? Or I can't remember.
I stayed there one time for the night before we went to see the first Transformers movie.
Oh fuck.
Or was it Revenge of the Fallen?
I think it was the first one.
It was one.
No, it was the second one because I saw the first one while I was still working at McDonald's.
Okay. Yeah, so you were working at Midono's at that time, but yeah, we went. It was like me, you, Jaron.
Yep.
I think Sean, and I think that might have been it. At least that stayed the night. With us?
No.
I don't know if Jason was part of our group yet.
I don't think I've seen Transformers
in theaters.
Any of them?
Weird.
I don't think so.
What? Friends with Nowell. I find that crazy.
I saw all the Iron Mans.
Cool.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Didn't see any of the Transformers.
But that house was
awful.
An atrocity.
Yeah. $1,100 a month. It was 4 bedrooms, 1 bath. Ugh. And all of my roommates at the time had girlfriends, so it was everybody sharing 1 bathroom. It was fucking disgusting.
So all the hair.
Yeah.
In the sink.
It was so gross.
Yeah.
So once we started there was one year, or it was not 1 year, it was in the winter when we first got that place. I remember that we started throwing parties because we got snowed in.
Right.
And we just...
They didn't stop.
They didn't. After that first weekend, they never stopped. And I was like, oh man, this is cool for a while. Like I was in a phase where I was like totally fine with just getting wasted all the time.
Yeah, it was like when you'd first like turn 21.
Yeah.
And
I wasn't 21 yet.
This is before you were 21.
But
allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly, this is when you were a young boy.
But man, it was fun at first, and then quickly just got shitty.
Oh yeah, you can't live that life in it.
Oh, dude.
And
so
enjoy yourself.
After like the first couple weeks, I noticed that on like the Sunday mornings, it just smelled like a fucking frat house in there. Just like just spoiled beer, like soaked in the carpet, and just because we had a pool table set up in the living room.
Yeah.
And we just put I think at one point we had a door over it.
Yeah.
And another point we just had plywood.
Sure.
And we just played beer pong on that table.
Yeah. And
God, it just fucking stunk.
Well, I mean, that was kind of apparent by the fact that you were sleeping on my couch for a whole summer.
Oh yeah, that year following, I was still living in that house, but not really. I was paying rent for no reason because I wasn't there anymore.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, it was real bad.
I mean, luckily the townhouse that we were in was pretty accommodating, and I mean, I lived with a pair of ghouls that weren't too concerned with, you know, people being over or, you know, whatever. But
yeah,
that was super fun. That summer.
I was
summer 09.
Summer 09, fucking best summer. It's when we all started hanging out.
I feel like that's when most of my friendships like galvanized.
Yep.
And once that happened, I haven't really lost touch with anybody.
I mean, it's crazy. It all started over Smash Brothers.
Yes.
Because I'd go into the store by my school.
Yep.
And just talk with, I don't remember who all was working. I think
at the time it was probably Chris and Jaron.
Yeah. And I just talked with them about games and shit. And then
and I started working there, and we closed early on Sundays. So me, Jaron, Jeremy, and Chris were like, "Hey, let's get together and play Smash Bros.
That's right.
Let's do Smash Sunday." You know, I don't know if we'd come up with a name or not, but we got together and we're like, "All right, let's because we all have we know we're gonna have this time off, you know, this day, and let's go ahead and get together and start doing it." And then, of course, you know, Jaron being the social butterfly he is, it's like, "Hey, can I invite some friends? Can I bring some friends over?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead. We'll make it a thing." And just became, I mean, at one point, we probably had 20 people in that house.
It was crazy.
Or something like that. I mean, and it got to the point too where there'd be some nights where it would the night would start before like the people who lived there got home from work, because I would come home and I would be in the parking lot, half a block away, and I would hear people talking and shouting.
Yeah,
from
just being loud
from the second story.
Yikes.
Yeah, but that's where I met a lot of my, well, I guess not met, but started hanging out with some of my best friends.
I knew you guys from the store. I remember Jaron brought Sean over because it was his friend. He brought him over to my party house, and then he became friends with us. And then I remember after we started doing Smash Sundays more regularly, I got a hold of Jason.
Right.
Invite him. God, yeah, it was such a good summer, man.
It was fun. I mean, we were all pretty much broke and living.
Dude, we lived off of the flats of Arizona tea that summer.
The Arizona teas,
Gummy Sharks,
Peace Tea. Yeah, because I think that's when Peace Tea came out, wasn't it?
Sounds
because I remember the Arizona teas for a long time.
The Chicken Mart.
The Chicken Mart had Peace Teas, and Jaron started getting those, and he was like, "Oh man, these are so good."
Same thing, just a shit ton of sugar
instead of corn syrup. But I mean, it's all sugar anyway. It doesn't matter. But yeah, then everyone kind of started moving away, and it became, less of a weekly thing and just more of a, hey, whenever we can get together and do it. At one point, it was just Jason and I on Sundays, just one-on-one, because everyone else was either moved away or...
That actually reminds me, too. It's kind of funny that we're talking about the summer of 09.
Sure. Because
that's when we all, like we said, it's how we all started hanging out and stuff like that. And remember, we came up with the idea of having a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Of us hanging out.
Yes.
And we call it Life Sack.
Yes.
But I think it's awesome that it's come full circle. I mean, it's only taken us, 8 years?
Yeah.
But we are finally doing a podcast, our version of it.
Kind of similar to what we had thought of
at that time at that time it was just literally recording us just in our everyday life, talking and bullshitting. But I mean, there'd be a lot of dead air at that point.
Oh yeah,
because it would be just a lot of sitting around, a lot of like button clicks and controller stick clicking and just
someone just shouting,
someone yelling and throwing a controller on the ground or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think this is kind of what that's turned into. And at that point, I had never listened to podcasts, and I never.
Nope, me neither.
I mean, it was up not until like a couple of years ago that it was like became a thing for me. And at first I was like, this is okay, I get it. But then I started getting just into it because now that I have a commute, it saves my life.
Yep.
The problem was I couldn't find one that I was interested in.
Right.
It was just a bunch of people talking about crap stuff that they liked.
So were you, when you first were starting to listen to them, were you listening to like specialized ones?
Just things that came up.
Okay.
iTunes would make suggestions, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they were all right, but...
Do you remember like the first podcast you listened to?
No.
The first ones
Star Wars related.
First ones I started listening to were Kevin Smith podcasts. Either ones that he was personally in or ones that he helped start, like Tell 'em Steve Dave and stuff like that. And then I just kind of started branching out from there. But then I started listening to Tom Segura's podcast after seeing his stand-up special. It's cracked me up so much. And I was like, I gotta get more of this guy. Yep. And just now I get weekly bits of it. It's great. It's one of my favorite things. And Nowell, you introduced us to the Comedy Button. I introduced
both of you guys to the Comedy Button. And I think Jason first.
That's the first one I actually cared about.
That's right, because I think we started listening to it on the way up to your wedding.
Is that what it was?
That makes sense. And then I did this almost the exact same thing that I did to Jason to you when we went up to Paz's wedding.
Did we go up to Paz's wedding together?
I'm pretty sure we did.
I don't remember, but
no, it was just when we went to go. I think we went to go visit.
We went to Paz's.
We just went up to go up to Seattle. I think
it was just a barbecue.
But
you put on a best of episode.
Yeah, I put on the best of episode. Same one I introduced Jason with, and
with the truck fights and Ryan Scott's dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, genius. It was so funny. But yeah, I don't know. Just I like listening to people talk, and just it doesn't matter. I mean,
if it's stuff you care about.
Yeah. Even if it's not something I care about, even if it's just the way the conversation goes, and if it's funny, and I don't know, just I like it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And that's why we're doing this. Is like we just like hang out and.
Yeah.
I know we've said this the last 2 episodes in a row before this.
Yes.
But we think our friends are hilarious.
It's true.
So we just love being around them.
Yeah, like we've pretty much spent the whole day together, and it's mostly just been us like making each other laugh.
Yep. The
whole day. And Jason shows up, and we hit pause, and we were just like cracking up. I'm like, why are we just recording this?
Yeah, no, we should have.
Yeah, I mean, if we had maybe different mics or whatever set up, we could do that, and it would just be funny. But we'll figure it out. We're still young in this and figuring it out. So who knows? But I definitely want to get Mike on here.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, because I mean, he was a waiter, so he definitely has really good customer service stories.
I want to use Mike's artwork for our thumbnails.
Oh my god, that would be awesome. Just like have his artwork be the artwork for like episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's not so busy.
Because I think that'd be great.
I mean, those of you out there that know, you know what Mike's pictures look like. And
they're horrifying.
Those of you who don't, you're going to be in for a treat.
Yeah.
So.
God, his stuff is I think one of my favorite pictures. It wasn't horrifying, but it was just weird and hilarious.
Which one was it?
Is when I flew back home when I lived in San Diego and I flew back home.
Was it a portrait of you?
The picture of me with like Captain America's shield. It's just Avengers Assemble, and it's just a wacky illustration of me. Oh my god, I love that picture.
It was just you at your base level.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I flew home to see fucking Avengers, so.
That was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Did we see it opening weekend?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
we saw it opening night.
Oh, that's right, because that was like the stipulation. Like,
I told you, I was like, I'm flying home, but we have to see this all together.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was rad. It was a big group.
Yeah. I don't know what else to talk about. So, do you think, unless you got anything else?
I mean, we already talked about the cartoon casino again. We talked about the gripes we have with some people that walk into our stores, and some good anecdotes about the crazy people that inhabit our lives.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think
unless you got anything to add, Jason.
I don't work with customers.
Have you ever worked with customers?
I've helped when
it's
needed.
Are you still working your first job?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh wow. Oh okay. See, I didn't even think about that.
So mine's technically not my first job, but it kind of is. My first job was working summer help at a mill, but this is the job I work currently is the only other job I've had.
Okay.
So
I've worked a few.
You've worked a few. You've got some sweet stories from food from.
I worked at McDonald's for like 3 years.
Yep.
I learned how to make some real good secret menu shit.
And by good you mean
terrible for you.
A full day's value of calories in one meal.
Yeah.
If you want to call it a meal.
Maybe next time I'll talk about the heart attack burger that we made, which is a common name for something that people make at fast food places, but I think mine is pretty awful and awesome at the same time.
We'll have to go out the recipe for Thunder Brew.
Oh yeah, we'll
and the
share
Incredible
that next
Hulk.
time.
But I've heard that they're taking away the Lava Burst High C out of McDonald's.
That's unacceptable.
Which is the key component to both those beverages. So.
Well, it's because a lot of the McDonald's are converting to that, like the make your own drink or whatever.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Freestyle.
Yeah.
Get that shit out of my face.
But some of the freestyles have the orange high C in them.
Okay. I mean, as long as it's as syrupy as it should be.
I don't know about that.
Well, okay. Well, Jason's shaking his head and saying, no, it's not.
It never lives up.
God damn it. Bums me out so much.
So, heart attack burger.
Yep.
Incredible Hulk. Thunder Brew. Got it.
Beverages.
Oh, man.
All right.
They do Diet Mountain Dew.
Taco Bell does.
Do they?
They have Diet Fountain Dew.
Nice.
Arby's, I think might still have Game Fuel.
Wait, like in the fountain machine? No way. Game Fuel in a fountain?
Drive by and look at the drive-thru menu.
God damn it.
Just hear there's a drive-thru and just like roll on in like, hey, welcome to Arby's. Oh, no. I'm just seeing if you guys have gamer fuel on tap. Huh? Bye.
On tap.
Drive past. Oh my god. Well, I mean, they did get a remodel, so they do look real nice. So
They're freaking social Arby's, right?
Yeah.
Their social media is just insane.
Is it like DiGiorno's social media?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I mean, so Arby's social media, at least on Twitter, anytime like a new video game comes out, they'll construct something out of cardboard or something like that.
I thought you were gonna say like they like made like a meat Master Chief or something.
No. No.
Just drizzle in cheese.
Well, I mean, depending on what it is, like there's sometimes like I think with Tekken.
Meat Master Chief. Got it. like shaking hands with Master Chief.
Like you get to meet Master Chief.
I get to meet.
So he's the meat.
No, he's the meat man. God. So he's just Master Chief.
So like the Tekken one, I think they made characters out of like the fry boxes. They just put like wacky hair on them and.
Oh, I thought by wacky hair you mean they put the curly fries on top of their head.
Something like that.
Gave them a sweet doo-doo hairstyle.
God, fucking Super Saiyan cut.
Yikes.
It's the opposite of curly.
I know. I was talking about the other fries too.
Straight.
They use other fries too.
Oh, they're oh my god. Well, next time we'll have to talk about the fucking Big Bang Theory spin-off show that's coming.
Oh God! Yeah, write that down.
Yeah, I saw a preview for it before Spider-Man, and holy shit, are they just trying to milk that goddamn series?
It sounds terrible
for all it's worth. Yeah, no, thank you. Okay, so let's get out of here. Let's land this.
Well, where can people find you on Twitter, Matt?
XMatleyX. I'm trying to get more regular about it. I mostly lurk and just like and retweet things.
And that's
it's
fine.
Not good. I don't know. I need to put up some original thoughts, but I never feel like my takes are hot enough
Nah.
for that. Same for Instagram, xmatleyx. It's real easy, so you can find me pretty much anywhere.
Yeah. And then you follow me on Twitter and Instagram at The Grassy Knoll. Like I said last time, if you know spell my name, you can figure it out.
Nowell.
Yep.
That's
the one. And then my blog, pressstartforsingleplayer.wordpress.com.
And yeah, check it out, guys. If you're into video games at all and you like the industry and you kind of want to get informed, and it's a pretty unbiased look at most of the stuff. It's really good, and for me, it's great because then I don't have to dig deep. I just have one of my buddies just write it down for me because I'm a toddler and I don't want to
you don't want to sift through all the nonsense.
I don't want to press a link on my phone and just look and read it. Oh my god, I took a deep dive into the Sauron Wikipedia last night. I was playing Shadow of Mordor, and good god, I didn't realize it went so deep with Sauron from Lord of the Rings. Like his history.
Like he's got a story?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was basically like an angel.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
It gets deep.
Like that.
Yeah, I can't remember. I
Eyeball in the tower, that's all I care about.
Yeah, I just typed in Sauron Wikipedia, and I was like, oh, yeah, I get a little backstory and find out. Jesus Christ, he was just all over the place, just places I didn't even know existed in the whole, like, Lord of the Rings.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
don't.
that was
All right. So, anyways, you can follow us on those things, and we'll catch you.
And go to the Sauron Wikipedia because it's it's a crazy deep dive into Middle Earth, and click on all the links.
I don't want to do that.
So you can do the Nazguls and the Witch King, and yeah, it's good.
You can do that.
I did it.
I won't do that.
I already did it.
That's gross.
All right, we're out of here.
Bye.